Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to start.
Oh yeah,
Do this.
my favorite part of the show, I think.
Is it dancing to the music and getting lost in Belarus?
Band in Belarus.
Band in
Band in
Belarus.
Belarus.
Band in Belarus.
Belarus.
Band in Belarus.
Band in
Band in
Belarus.
Belarus. We're band in Belarus.
Band.
Band. Sorry. It's
Just
a
when you
me.
thought the time loop was closed, Tom Cruise might be strapping back into the exosuit for a long-awaited sequel. Filming reportedly set for late 2026. After years of development limbo, Edge of Tomorrow 2 could finally be looping back into production, raising questions about time travel, continuity, and whether Emily Blunt returns to the battlefield. Tacos on the table. Do you believe this sequel's actually happening? Or is this just another rumor stuck in its own developmental loop?
Another sci-fi Groundhog Day? Okay, let's make it happen.
It was a runaway hit. It was one of those things that wasn't really all that big when it first came out, but then once it hit streaming, like everybody loved this movie. So I mean, just I think that a sequel makes sense just because Warner Brothers probably realized like there's enough people asking for this that they should probably do it.
And if they can get Tom Cruise and Emily Blunt back, oh, star power.
I agree. My tacos are on the table for this. I loved the first one, but I didn't see it at the theater. I saw it streaming and I was like, why didn't I watch this in the theater? What the hell? What was wrong with me? But yeah, it was really good. I loved Emily Blunt in this. I loved her in Devil Wears Prada. Do not get me wrong. Do not misquote me on this. First love, Devil Wears Prada. Second love, this movie.
And then
seriously,
Jungle Cruise.
Yes.
No, then Into the Woods because she sings in it.
Oh, that movie.
And then Jungle Cruise.
No, I've never seen Jungle Cruise.
Well, come on.
It's actually pretty good.
You know who else is in that?
The Rock.
Yeah, I didn't watch that. Did you guys see her in with the guy from How I Met Your Mother? How I Met Your Mother, and he's on Shrinking. The movie that she did with Jason Segel where they actually get married, but they've been trying to get married. 5-year engagement or something like that.
Oh yeah.
I loved her in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was so cute. It was such a cute little rom-com. I loved her in that.
That was cute. Not as cute as Jungle Cruise, I'll tell you that much.
Jesus.
So
not the same genre.
Just saying. Okay, let's keep it going. Who summoned Sam Raimi again? Kevin Feige, we're looking at you. Rumor has it Sam Raimi is in talks with Marvel Studios, but not for Doctor Strange 3. That opens the portal to wild speculation, Midnight Suns, Ghost Rider, a horror-tinged X-Men side quest. Sam Raimi's signature style could reshape any corner of the MCU, and fans are already conjuring dream matchups. Tacos on the table. Do you believe Sam Raimi's really cooking something new with Marvel, or is it just fan-fueled wishful thinking? Sam Raimi coming back. What do you think?
I'm pretty sure Graveyard summoned this. Just to be fair. But no, right. I'm all for this. I feel like this is a good idea to bring him in. He has very good horror sensibilities. Midnight Suns would be my first choice for Sam Raimi to direct.
Okay.
Or even potentially Blade.
Oh yeah, who is directing Blade?
They don't have a director anymore.
Oh yeah, maybe. I like that. Yeah, I could see Sam Raimi coming back. They've been really happy with Sam Raimi before the MCU even happened. So I think they're gonna find a way to bring him back. I mean, I don't know if you guys saw Marvel Zombies, but like how jump scary that was. I could see him doing some kind of adaptation, more jump scares, just like in Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. I think they could do something a little on the horror side, maybe. Go ahead.
Done. Are you guys done? And you guys have your tacos on the
table?
Because we're not saying tacos on the table.
My tacos are on the table.
Okay. Tacos are on the table.
Yeah, my tacos are also on the table on this.
All right. So here's my thing. You're gonna love it. Probably not. Sam Raimi did a couple of things that weren't horror related. Hercules, ring any bells? Xena, Warrior Princess. Neither
Mm-hmm.
one of those ring a bell. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want him to do a Hercules movie with Brett
I
Goldstein.
was gonna
And
say
I don't want it to be horror related. I want it
Oh,
to
look
be
at you.
a
I knew
journey adventure.
I knew it was gonna be like I just need an in for Brett Goldstein to get in because he got shelved after that movie.
Oh, I wonder what happened. Apparently, it upset him so much he's leaving.
Yeah.
He left the stream. That's fun. Okay, so yeah, no, I thought that would be when I first saw it, I was like, oh yeah, like he could do. I would love for him to tackle New Mutants in that horror aspect that they did, but actually make it canon. I would love to see something like that. I think he'd be great at that. But I was like, wouldn't it be funny if he did something like Hercules or Xena? So I was like, I'm definitely going to mention that. So yeah, I mentioned it.
All right.
That's what I meant to do.
I'm not against that either. I feel like he is if they're trying to tap into horror, I mean they can get other horror directors and they have other horror directors that are not doing horror movies within Marvel.
Yeah.
And Sam does have experience in non-horror related stuff, but I mean I just kind of feel like horror is his forte and that's kind of where we would want him.
I just, I think a lot of people look at this and they peg people into one box and, Sam Raimi has done other things. So,
Mhm.
you know, I I loved Hercules and Xena. I thought it was great. Or both of them were great. But I'm sure it's probably going to be something horror. And he'll probably put some horror in it anyway cuz there were episodes of Hercules and Xena that had some horrific things in them. So,
Yeah.
like
I
a
think a lot of you
blonde like Keith Urban. Oh my God. Carl Urban.
Oh,
A blonde Carl Urban as Cupid.
oh God. Oh God. Yes, I do remember that. Oh man, that was bad. Anyways, let's go ahead and move on to the next story here.
Okie dokie.
Okie dokie. Doom plays puppet master. New whispers tease a villainous vendetta at the heart of Avengers Doomsday, with Doctor Doom allegedly driving a showdown between Earth's mightiest heroes and the X-Men. If true, this could be the MCU's biggest ideological clash yet. Mutant rights versus global defense, with Doom playing puppet master. So, guys, tacos on the table. Do you believe Doom is the mastermind behind Avengers versus X-Men, or is this just crossover clickbait?
Frey, you go
Um,
first.
Yeah, okay. I was gonna say, let me just break it down a little. I don't think it's gonna be Avengers. I mean, the only time we've seen Doom in canon on screen was, and if you guys haven't seen it yet, then put your fingers in your ears when he in the post credit scene for Fantastic Four.
Mm.
So, I mean, are the Fantastic Four like are they going to be that um persuasive to the Avengers after all the crap the Avengers have gone through? Some of them maybe, but not all of them. I mean, the only one that would just immediately be like, "Yeah, let's hear him out," would be Captain America Steve Rogers, and that Captain America Steve Rogers is no longer an option right now. So I don't know. Unless Doom comes to our world dressed as Iron Man and makes everyone believe that he is back from the dead, do I see the Avengers following him? So my tacos are off the table for this, at Doom playing a role. Now, does he manipulate everybody and it happens? Yeah, but I don't think he plays a role. I don't think he's out front and center for it. So my tacos are off the table.
My tacos are off the table too. I think it's too quick. It's too much to start slamming it all together, Avengers versus X-Men, they could do whatever they're going to do in Doomsday and then hype up another Avengers movie maybe after an X-Men movie or two where you label it X-Men versus Avengers. I think slamming it all together just for Doomsday and Secret Wars, I don't think it's going to happen. So tacos are off the table on this one.
So my tacos are on the table, and here's why. And it's not because I don't feel like it's going to be a direct, he is starting a fight right there. I think it's going to be small seeds being planted in order for there to be distrust. And it's Doctor Doom's way in order to sow distrust from the beginning. I think Doom is going to start like planting seeds that pay off in a later movie. And especially because that's what Marvel did so well in the first couple of phases up until Infinity War, was planting seeds that paid off later on down the road. And I feel like that's what they're going to do if Doom is going to be their ultimate big bad. I don't think that these two movies are going to be where we end with Doom. I think that Doom starts planting seeds now, and especially because they're going to be introducing more. They're going to be introducing X-Men characters in this movie. He's going to be planting seeds against X-Men versus the Avengers and like sowing distrust, and it's not going to be like a direct fight there. He's setting it up for a later movie. So that's where my tacos are on the tables. I don't think he's starting a fight directly. I think he's planting seeds that will pay off down the road.
I guess where my tacos are off the table is I don't think it's going to be an Avengers Doomsday. I'm like with James. I think it's either going to be like Secret Wars or a movie further along.
Well, again,
So that's what I'm saying is I don't think that's going to happen in Doomsday. I think if he is planting seeds, and like you said, I think it's going to be much further along once the X-Men have been really established.
no, like I said, I think he's going to start planting seeds in this and continue to plant seeds in Secret Wars. There's not going to be direct fights with them. There's going to be more where what Doom sets up is that there's distrust amongst all of them. That the X-Men don't trust the Avengers, but they fight. They'll fight with them in order to fight a common goal. But there's like a distrust of like, we don't really trust these guys.
Right.
And I think that that's what's going to happen, and they're just going to build on that going down towards these movies, and it's just going to get, it's going to be a snowball rolling downhill. It's just going to get the pressure is going to build and build and build until we get a full on Avengers versus X-Men movie.
And you know who's going to stop that? Bruce Banner, aka the Hulk.
I thought you were going to say
the snowball. Snowball. He's gonna. No snowball.
Iceman's gonna stop it. That's gonna be
Iceman. Iceman makes a ramp. Hulk catches it.
Let's go ahead and move on.
Fastball special.
Let's go ahead and move on because you're already planting that seed.
Banner spiraling, and the therapy bill's gonna need Stark funding. A new rumor suggests Bruce Banner's next arc will take a darker turn in upcoming Avengers films. Whether it's Grey Hulk, Maestro, Infinity Hulk, or something entirely new, fans are bracing for a more tortured take on the Green Giant. One that leans into rage, regret, and maybe even betrayal. Tacos on the table. Do you believe Hulk's headed for a darker storyline, or is this just some fan theory dressed in gamma radiation? Graham cracker crust.
My tacos are on the table for this. I could see, and we kind of saw the way Hulk can be selfish. It was that was in Infinity War, right?
Infinity War is where you start kind of seeing him be a little selfish.
Yeah, I think we're gonna get more of that and more turmoil with Hulk and Bruce Banner, but I think next time it'll be the Hulk taking over. Like, all right, Bruce, you had your chance. It's gonna be me. It's gonna be me.
My tacos are also on the table. I think a lot of it is also there has been a lot of fan backlash in the sense of fans enjoyed Smart Hulk, but he has kind of occupied the space for too long, and people want to go back to Savage Hulk, especially after seeing, for all the and you guys kind of heard me say this on Challenge Accepted, but for all the negative comments people had for Brave New World, one of the things that people really did like was the Red Hulk showing up and seeing a savage version of the Hulk again.
Right.
So I think that is, especially with the Russos, I'm sure they kind of like see this and are like, okay, we need to move back in the direction of a Savage Hulk. And whether that is, I don't think we're gonna get Planet Breaker Hulk, but I mean, like, like whether it's Infinity Hulk or again, I've been pushing for Maestro for a long time. Maestro would be that kind of in between where you have a very intelligent Hulk, but he's also very, very destructive and savage and ruthless, and that would be a fun version of the Hulk to see teaming up with Doctor Doom.
We need another science guy, though. You took Tony off the table, so they kind of replaced him with Bruce and with Professor Hulk. Now we need like another science guy, so the Hulk can rage on.
Bring in Amadeus Cho.
There you go.
Aren't we getting Reed Richards?
That's right. We're also getting Reed Richards, so he can be that replacement for the smart guy.
I like it.
And
My
so
tacos
we've
are on the
also
table.
got the Pims. They're still around. They're alive and kicking.
That's right.
Are they? Oh, they are.
They're still around.
Yes. I would like him to be more hulky. I agree. I think my tacos are on the table for this. I don't know that I want him to be full Maestro, and I really don't want Gray Hulk, but they have to introduce another person to be Hulk because there's so many out there now. And also, what about his son? We saw his son in She-Hulk. Are they going to pay that off in these movies?
Supposedly, we're supposed
being a parent. Yeah, could being a parent have made him lose his ever-loving mind?
I'm sure both of you will agree on that.
Pretty much.
I was like, that could be why he's savage again. He's like, oh shit, I had to go through the teen years with this one. I mean, seriously.
James is like, this is the reason that I want to be the Hulk sometimes.
Yeah. I Hulk out every night. Brush your teeth. Put on your pajamas.
Go to bed.
John has 5,000 smash.
I'm gonna smash an iPad or two. Stupid Roblox. Okay, who's got the next one?
Stupid Roblox. I got the next one. Oh man. Well, 3 vigilantes walk into a burrow. No punchline, just bruises and unresolved trauma. Lots of it. Rumored connections between Daredevil Born Again, The Punisher, and Spider-Man Brand New Day suggest a gritty crossover brewing in the MCU Sony alleyways. Street-level heroes, moral gray zones, maybe a few surprise cameos. This could be the most grounded, brutal team-up yet. Tacos on the table, do you believe this crossover is actually in the works, or is it just fan service fantasy with no street cred?
My tacos are on the table because I've been wrong nonstop. I was like, there's no way Punisher is going to be in the new Spider-Man movie. And then there's shots of him in the new Spider-Man movie. So I'm completely wrong. So tacos are on the table. They can do anything they want.
They can do anything they want. Oh
Yeah.
my goodness. They broke James. He's broken. He's a broken John S 5,000.
My tacos are on the table more so because this is a comic team up that everybody's been wanting. I mean, there's a lot of grounded level fighting between them. I think the only super kind of like the only out of the world thing is that Spider-Man has a bunch of like superpowers, but like Daredevil's powers are really just heightened senses, and Punisher doesn't actually have any powers. So it's like, like the ground level fighting with them, the team ups between them, Spider-Man and Daredevil's team ups are always iconic. They're always almost like antagonists or Punisher's an antagonist for them in a lot of storylines. Like kind of like he's our friend, but he's too brutal, and we have to stop him half the time. So I mean, like, I would love to see that. I'd love to see that dynamic between all of them.
I like it.
I feel like my tacos are on the table that we are going to get a crossover. Hopefully we'll get, like, I would love to see even a Peter Parker and not necessarily Spider-Man in Daredevil Born Again.
Yeah.
I think that would be amazing. But I do feel like this part of the MCU has been neglected for so long that having all of the New York heroes like get together and start, causing some good trouble. Yeah, let's do it. I mean, my tacos are on the table for this because I think it would be amazing. I also would like to see those three play off each other because their chemistry's gonna be amazing. We already know that Charlie Cox and Tom Holland's chemistry is really good, and freaking Tom Holland and John Barenthal, they've worked together before, so that they've got some good. Yeah, so I'm just like, I just love. I think it's gonna be amazing. I would love to see it, and I just want Frank to look at them both like they're both insane because they're so freaking positive about crap,
Too
and then he's like,
goody-goody.
"No, we got to kill them all," and they're like, "No, you can't kill Frank because neither one of them wants to kill." I think that's what it's gonna be, and then Punisher's gonna be like, "Screw you both. I'm gonna go do my own thing," and he's gonna peace out, and then we're gonna get Red and Red. There you go.
Screw you and your Catholic guilt.
There you go.
Uh,
All right.
yeah.
Enough Marvel. Let's get on to some Star Wars, okay? Is Ryan Gosling Kenobi enough for this galaxy? A new leak claims Ryan Gosling's character in Star Wars Starfighter is Force sensitive and possibly a Jedi. Okay. Whether he's a rogue knight or a reluctant Padawan or something entirely new, this casting could redefine the tone of the film. Is he the next Skywalker or a curveball in the canon? Tacos on the table. Do you believe Gosling's really playing a Jedi, or is this just some Bantapudu? Bantapudu.
That is my favorite. Bantapudu. That is my favorite. That is my favorite. And how Jabba says Wookiee. I love those. Those are the two things. Jabba the Hutt gave me those two things. Those two things. Okay, go ahead.
I also like Bib Fortuna when he goes, Wanawanga solo. Wanawanga. Okay, sorry. Young Phil.
My tacos are on the table. Well, no, you know what? I'm gonna take that back. My tacos are not on the table. I love Ryan Gosling. Don't get me wrong, and I think he's gonna kill it. But I kind of don't want him to be a Jedi. I kind of don't want him to be Force sensitive unless they go the route of him being Force sensitive because there is a lack of Jedi in the galaxy that it goes unnoticed, and he uses it to become a better starfighter, right? Like I want to see him kind of the way that Andor worked so well, where you're dealing with the reality of the galaxy and the world without these space wizards. I like the idea of, rather than him being a rogue knight or a reluctant Padawan, I would rather him be just a resistance fighter that happens to have some Force sensitivity, doesn't understand what it is, but uses it because he knows I can predict things before it happens. I can, if I can see these starfighters coming after me before we even see them, because I can feel them. Like, I would rather him be that than be a full-on Jedi.
I would rather see, like, whether they say he's a Jedi or not a Jedi or Force sensitive, just take that off the table. Take the whole Jedi Force off the table.
Right.
I'd rather have another rogue Han Solo type character,
Right.
Some kind of Maverick type pilot, that's just extremely good. Let's just, he flies by the seat of his pants kind of thing, but he gets away with it and he's cocky. Give me that. Give me Ryan Gosling as that versus he's got some,
Right.
wizardy
He
powers.
excels so well at that. He excels
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
well at being a cocky, I'm just, I'm good at what I do kind of guy. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like I want to see more of that rather than them saying, "Oh, we're gonna shoehorn it in. He's gonna be a Jedi, and we're gonna put a lightsaber in Ryan Gosling's hands." And I'm sure Ryan Gosling wants a lightsaber. He wants a lightsaber at some point to be able to like wave around and say, "Look, I'm in Star Wars. I got a lightsaber." I want to see him with the blaster. I want to see him be the new Han Solo, not like Han Solo, but like be that character that for another generation be a Han Solo.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They tried to do that with Poe
Mhm,
Dameron, and
mhm,
it didn't work the way that they
mhm,
expected it to.
mhm.
Do it with Ryan Gosling.
Yeah, we don't need another like force sensitive being, Ryan Gosling by himself is Knuff. He's Knuff to handle a Star Wars movie. By the way, we have a force sensitive roguey type guy in Jude Law
Right.
already. We don't need another handsome, strapping young force sensitive buck. We just let him be Han Solo type guy.
Right, right. I would rather that idea be expanded with him, and not with Ryan Gosling. Like I would prefer that we get this corner of the galaxy the same way that we got it in Andor, where there are no force sensitives and they are dealing with nothing but pure, uh, rebellion.
Mm-hmm.
I want
Mm-hmm.
more of that. I want to see more of the war aspect, right? Like, okay, we got the war aspect between episodes 3 and 4. Now let's see the war aspect after episode 6, leading into the resistance.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is,
Okay,
before
I
we get
gotta
to
say
Fray, so
something
let
now.
me go on another chapter before we get to Fray. So I'm just kidding. Sorry.
I waited. I was letting y'all like wear yourselves down.
Yeah.
I
Go
was
ahead.
like, okay, they're gonna wear themselves down, and you just kept going. I was being polite and waiting. Okay. My tacos are on the table because Andor was force sensitive. I hate to tell you all of that, but he was force sensitive. Second season proved it. Force sensitive doesn't mean eventually you'll get the lightsaber. Force sensitive just means that maybe you're a really good pilot like Poe Dameron, or maybe you do really well at gambling like Lando Calrissian. I think a lot more people in the Star Wars universe are force sensitive, and that everybody needs to calm the fuck down because
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of them are. They just don't know it and they haven't been trained. To be a Jedi is to be trained to be a Jedi. Having Jedi training doesn't mean you are a Jedi.
Mhm.
Ahsoka has Jedi training. She doesn't say she's a Jedi. Other people say she's a Jedi, but she's like, I'm not a Jedi because she's not. But she was trained as a Jedi, so she knows how to fight as a Jedi. So I'm wondering if maybe he did have some Jedi training, but like Grogu, he chose not to be a Jedi. And so that might be what they're going to explore and how he helps guide the war to the way that it should be going or whatever it is. Because we know this is after um, the whole Ray situation. This is all after that. So who knows what they could be going up against this time. And I think maybe he's just force sensitive because he's really good at flying and like getting out of situations like Han Solo was, who I also believe was force sensitive to some degree. So I mean, being force sensitive, I mean, the force sensitive is basically their version of intuition. That's
Mm-hmm.
how they think of it. And so I feel like maybe he's just got really good intuition and he just thinks it's really good intuition and he's force sensitive. And someone's going to tell him that and he's going to go, oh, cool. And then he's just going to keep going. Does Ryan Gosling want to wave around a glow stick? Yeah, of course he does. We all do. If I were in a Star Wars movie, I would want to be a Jedi so I could wave a glow stick around. That is what I would want. It wouldn't be as cool as I would think it would be. And then I would be personally disappointed. But here we are.
And a cool jacket. He just needs a cool jacket because some of the coolest
That
characters just have
picture
cool jackets.
Not the picture that I chose, but the picture, like the picture of them in the water and stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah, the one
That
we
is
had last week.
such a cool picture. If
Right,
the
with a
movie
cool
is like
jacket.
that, yeah. But if the movie is like that the whole time, I will be totally eating banned popcorn because I can't have the popcorn at the theater. I will bring my own popcorn in and eat it.
Bring your own Bantha Poodoo.